Welcome to another edition of Now You Know Sports. I'm Mike Marilini alongside Adam Danielson.
How you doing?
And we're going to start this episode out with a little bit of NBA rookies. Usually, NBA rookies don't have too big of an impact. I mean, they usually do, but at the same time, they're rookies. We can't expect much.
I agree.
But this season, they're having a pretty big impact. How are you feeling about some of them?
First of all, let's look at Derrick Rose of the Bulls. #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. So far, he's proven himself, averaging about 20 points a game, as well as getting in there for about 39 minutes on the floor. He's played an intricate part of the team. Second of all, O.J. Mayo, Memphis. Coming off that situation he had at USC, it might be a little tough for him, but he's not dealing with that at all. Averaging about 40 minutes a game, as well as over 20 points per game. With only 4 or 5 weeks of experience, he's definitely proven himself a player to watch. Let's look at Kevin Love.
All right. No, I don't really want to hear about any more of your rookies. I think that pretty much what you said is pretty much a joke. They look good on paper, but they're really not that good. What you got to look at is you got to look at Michael Beasley for the Miami Heat. Obviously, a big player at Kansas State, but I mean, he comes in and he's got a supporting cast of Dwayne Wade, Sean Marion, already proven NBA superstars. And how much is he really expected to do? Except for the fact he's averaging more points than Sean Marion. He's doing a lot better than anyone would have thought with having that sort of supporting cast. And then you got Marc Gasol. I mean, first of all, who's heard of Marc Gasol?
I never heard of Marc Gasol. I don't know.
Well, obviously that surprised me knowing your terrible sports knowledge. Anyways, Marc Gasol is obviously going to have a big presence in the paint. Not only that, he's almost averaging a double-double for Memphis, bringing a team that's really not very good, maybe making them the contender this year. Those are the rookies that I really think are going to be big time this year.
Well, first of all, Mad Dog, I don't appreciate the fact that you underrate my vast knowledge of sports. Second of all, I think that Mayo and Rose will do far more than any of your crappy rookies that you've selected.
Unfortunately, you're incorrect about that. But anyways, we're just going to move on to another topic now. We're going to talk about the NFL. We're not going to talk about who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to win the Super Bowl, anything like that we usually do. We're going to talk about an issue that came up a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, Derek Anderson got taken out and Brady Quinn got put in because the fans wanted him to. I mean, do you think fans should have that big a part of the game?
Personally, Mike, I do. I played high school football for 4 years.
Oh, aren't you cool? 4 years of high school football.
Well, Mike, I know for a fact that the fans have a lot more to do with the game than many may realize. I think more than that, though, is the Browns need another change. They need something different. They need a spark.
Unfortunately, I actually do agree with you in this statement. I mean, Browns weren't doing very much. Derek Anderson was a great player last year, but obviously he fizzled off this year. Braylon Edwards isn't the receiver that he was. The fans weren't supporting the team as much. The coaching staff nothing was going well in Cleveland. So Roman Cornell made the decision. He put Brady Quinn in, and I think Brady Quinn is going to add that spark that Cleveland will need.
Okay, I agree. Let's look at another aspect of football, college football. Not only that, but our school as well. Coming in the beginning of the season, people were skeptical. They didn't know what to look for. Chris Crane coming off a five-year player, not much experience. People didn't know what to expect. At the beginning of the show this year, you said that you expected them to only win about 5 games or so. As we've seen, they've surpassed your expectations. What do you think now? Well,
I definitely thought they were going to be about a 5-win team, and they really have surpassed my expectations. First of all, I mean, the biggest problem being is that the offense was not what it was with Matt Ryan last year. But no one could expect that with Chris Crane. Of course. The thing is, our defense stepped up big time. We had Brian Toll, who was a great linebacker, but the problem being is he got a season-ending injury.
Unfortunately.
So Mark Herzlich stepped up, who has been a spark for the team, a spark for the fans. Fans being a big part of the game.
I'm telling you.
This team has come from what I thought was a very low team in the ACC to becoming a pretty good team. I was surprised, but I'm pretty happy with the outcome of the season.
I agree too. Looking at the standings, the bowl possibility is tossed up in the air. We'll have to look and see what happens. There's always a possibility of the Humanitarian Bowl as well as the NYK Car Care. I don't want to say much else, but you know what I'm implying.
Could be decent choices, and I definitely think it's possible either way. But that about sums up this edition of Now You Know Sports. As far as Mike Marilini, this is Adam Danielson, and we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.